Finally, we talking about boxing again. I mean, it's been a while. And as a boxing fan, I was like...
Yes, I'm Phil. I'm very Phil.
Ever since Pacquiao Spence went down and that thing fell through, I feel like it was just one delay and reschedule and diva negotiations after another, right? Finally, as we get into late September, early October, we're finally getting close to some big fights. September 25th, we finally get Joshua versus Usyk. Alexander Usyk. This fight, I believe, is a mandatory. This fight only happened because Joshua versus Fury fell through, which I made a whole video on the timeline. It was my second video ever. But if you want to see that, I'll put the link in the description below. So let's break down the fighters, the success and weaknesses of both when facing each other stylistically. Now, Alexander Usyk, let's not discredit this guy. He is no slacker. You don't dominate a division and clear it out by being a slacker. Alexander Usyk is a phenomenal boxer. One of the best boxing big men we've ever seen from a technical and movement standpoint. He, I think, is a two-time Olympian. I believe he's a gold medalist. He has high-level boxing IQ, and I think in this matchup, he does have the higher boxing IQ, even more than Anthony Joshua. Wait, I just want to stop and say that one of the sweetest victories that I ever have is when I see my subscribers go up by one. Just by one. I fucking dance around shirtless. So I need you right there watching. I need you to be the reason I dance shirtless and my kids look at me like I'm a weirdo. Do it. Be that guy. Subscribe. He is trying to accomplish something that very few have accomplished before him. Just off the top of the head, I'm thinking of Evander Holyfield coming up from cruiserweight and becoming the heavyweight champion, and David Haye also coming from cruiserweight and attempting to become the heavyweight champion. I don't think he ever got to become the heavyweight champion because those were when the Klitschko's were dominating. But he found success in heavyweight too. The difference with those two guys, I believe those two guys were a little naturally larger than Usyk was, and those two guys had concussive power that they were able to bring up and use and stand off heavyweights. Usyk is not that. Usyk is a boxer, and I didn't think he was relatively strong or powerful for cruiserweight. Cruiserweight power punches like Myris Bradis and Gasayev, those big power punches at cruiserweight gave him issues. You know, and I know it's not his first heavyweight fight, but the fights that he's had at heavyweight, the size has given them incredible issues. Anthony Joshua may be the most physically imposing out of the big three between Fury, Wilder, and Joshua. Now, the advantage for Usyk is that Usyk has great boxing ability. He has great cardio and conditioning and can last 12 rounds and can box for 12 rounds. And we obviously know Anthony Joshua has that issue. He has a conditioning issue. He has an energy issue. So with Usyk having great conditioning, having a boxing IQ advantage and a speed and movement advantage, have enough IQ and awareness in boxing to survive the first 4-5 explosive rounds of Anthony Joshua. Then when Anthony Joshua comes down in energy and he starts to gas out, then I think Usyk will have his moments where he will have winning rounds. He will box, and that's when he starts to put a little more leverage behind his punches, because if his opponent starts to get tired, they start to move slower, and then his speed starts to kick in, and he's able to counter better. But not much. Honestly, I don't think this fight will be as competitive as everyone else thinks. I think Anthony Joshua is the favorite for a reason. I think Chisora's size gave Usyk problems, and I think Anthony Joshua's size will give Usyk a lot of problems. But Usyk being as talented and high boxing IQ, remember I'm telling you, this guy's an Olympian, trains with Vasily Lomachenko. He'll have moments where he kind of looks bad, maybe a round or two where he looks bad, but I think it'll have more to do with him having a conditioning issue, having gassed out, and Usyk capitalizing on him having the better conditioning at that point. But I think for the most part, Usyk is going to have to move. He's going to run. He may be running too much for the judges. I don't think that's going to lead to a lot of 10-9 rounds in the favor of Usyk. Joshua has gotten better with his conditioning and his energy problem, and I think he gets his second wind a little faster than he normally gets it. And I think he goes back to pressuring and pursuing Usyk, and Usyk being smart enough and having enough boxing IQ to survive. I see this being a unanimous decision in the favor of Anthony Joshua. This is heavyweight boxing. It takes one punch. So I am tuning in. I am a fan of both. I am rooting for Joshua because I know what the future entails for his boxing fan with a win over Usyk. The big one, Joshua versus Fury. And that's the one we've been waiting for. So I'm going for Joshua, but I do see it as a unanimous decision. And I do see Usyk being savvy enough and having enough awareness to survive and not get knocked out by Anthony Joshua. Who the fuck knows? enjoy that show. I hope you enjoyed this show, and I hope you tune in next time. Hey, you don't want to be that guy at the water cooler at work on Monday when all your coworkers are talking about the fight that just happened on Saturday, and you totally missed it. You have no opinion and nothing to go about it, and the moment you open your mouth, everybody goes like,
damn, what are you talking about, bro?
but I'm here to save you from all that. I'm gonna give you a second. First thing you need to do, you need to subscribe. The second thing you need to do, you just need to hit that bell. Stay notified. Stay up to date. I got you. And the last thing you need to do is check out one of these videos. Either one of them will hook you up and never be that guy at the water cooler again.
I love you.